Welcome back, everybody, to another update from the Knothole Gang. We're atop the Mickey and Friends parking structure, looking at the backside of Galaxy's Edge. And this week, what I wanted to do, because there's nothing ever going on back here, so this is the closest we've ever been to seeing meshwork. That meshwork that we're about to focus in on is the closest it's ever come to us. So I want to take a look at it and sort of reflect on the process just for a minute, because this is an example, as we get really close to it, this brings to mind for me the idea of just how complicated and involved this process of building something of this scope can be. Think for a minute that, and I've said this before, first somebody had to come up with the idea, the design for this thing. Like, they had to draw it, and they drew it beautifully. That's somebody's really good at drawing stuff. You know what I mean? And they had a vision in their head of what Galaxy's Edge, what Black Spire Outpost should look like, and that included rockwork and mountains and black spires. And then now they're not good at construction though, so they can't build it. So they say, here, take my vision. And they hand it off to these other guys, and these other guys who are also really excellent at what they do, and they're artists in their own way, say, okay, there's your vision. Now I'm going to do what I'm really good at and make it look like your art. And that involves doing things like bending meshwork in such a way so that it curves here, but not there, so that the mountain looks like a mountain, so that the rocks look like a rock. And you do that with imperfections and creativity in that sense. And I mean, I'm impressed. I'm just really, really impressed with that whole process, and I don't think it gets enough attention from fans. Not even. They're just a whole like, oh, why couldn't they do this? Imagineering's dead or whatever. It's not. You can see it. It's right here. It's happening in front of our very eyes. If you're wondering, if you're not sure, if Disney knows how to build something beautiful, we're watching it happen, and it is happening. And I personally, I don't think I ever want to hear anybody diss the quality of Galaxy's Edge or most Disney projects, because it's incredibly difficult. In the same way, I don't want to hear anybody diss cast members for maybe not having their best day, because they are doing things that we take for granted on a daily basis. So now that I've gotten off my pedestal, or my soapbox, I should say, let's continue with the rest of the update, and we'll start again. with the roof of Battle Escape. But I mean, you know what I'm saying, right? Like, look at that thing right there. That's art. It may just look like rock, but blood, sweat, and tears went into making that. Creative blood, sweat, and tears. And I just, I can never thank Imagineers enough, or Disneyland cast members, or anybody involved in this process, for what they do, for bringing to life these things that sometimes we take for granted. We go to Disneyland and we expect to have magic happen to us. Where's my magic? I ordered some magic. Well, we got to do our part too, in letting that in and being grateful for it. Now, last week I talked about how I wanted to find those forced perspective peaks, the black spires. As I don't know why I'm focusing on this right now. I thought I saw something, but it turned out to just be, catwalks or platforms or whatever you want to call that. But never mind. Last week I wanted to find out what those were, and or I should say I wanted to plot those from the river, and I think I might have, maybe, and we'll get into that when we get on the Mark Twain. For now, let's keep going. And I think we're going to find that one right now that's moving into the center of the frame as well. I think we're going to find that on the river also. And the reason why I want to do that is because I want to find out what function they serve in what it is that I'm trying to see, or what I'm going to see from the river. Like, what part do they play? Which, it's a fascinating thing. Like, it's a little nuance, it's a little detail that may or may not be needed, but they built it anyway. A lot of holes in rocks. Why do they do that? I don't know. This is an area that has really progressed quite a bit that we haven't really focused on. But see all that railing there? That's all new rock work that they're putting up there. Gosh, I wish we could see from the other side, man. I mean, down on the ground, that is. Let's go to that Rivers of America and see what's happening. Fantastic. Like right there, the one right behind that really finished looking rock. That's which one is that? I want to find that now. I want to find where that is from Mickey and Friends. I love this reveal of that Star Wars-y type dome building right there. And that platform. I love that reveal.
As we head into the remote areas of the Rivers of America, you're in for a real treat. I've been navigating these parts for years now, but I never get tired of taking in the breathtaking beauty of the Columbia River. Majestic trees, the stunning rock formations.
That used to be maintenance. That used to be maintenance back there. Oh boy. There's a train. Cool. I think that, yeah, it's the same view we just passed for a minute there. For some reason I spent more camera time looking back in this direction than I normally do. I think I was looking for something, but I don't remember now. That spire right there next to that Star Wars-y dome-looking thing is moving quickly. Very, very quickly. Oh, my goodness. Just a few more trees would be great. I know we're not there yet, and it's too early to say that it should be there, but I think when that happens, this will look even better. With just a few more trees, a little more growth out of that section. Now this is where I think I start to find it, or I'm looking for those spires, and I'm pretty sure that's one of them right there. But we're going to stop here in a minute just to find out. Alright, yeah, let's stop here. I feel like that is for sure, right? I mean, how could it not be this one right here? How could that not? Well, I guess it could be not. I don't know. It's all about the mesh and about how close. Maybe in the coming weeks we can get an even closer look, but it's hard to. It's hard. I mean, that might be the extent of my zoom on this one. I'm not sure, but I feel like that's that one. Pretty sure. Moving on. There's the arch, and that other arch-like area coming along. You can't see the building through that one though, which is cool. I love the idea that there's going to be open air there. Okay, now this area I think is where the other ones are at least two of them, maybe all of them. And we'll stop here. Okay, so I want to say, that set right there are the two in the left third, the forward two in the left third of the frame. I mean, it could be the other ones, but having said that, if we come back, I feel like on the right of those that are obscured by the tree right there, those are the other two that are on the far, far left of this frame. And I feel like they're less developed, and that makes sense when you look at the image from the Rivers of America. That the set on the left is further along than the set on the right, and that does seem to hold up with what we're seeing from Mickey and Friends. And we'll continue. And you can see as we pass by that tree that it does look like those are 2 more of those spires. So I feel like those are those 4 spires. Let's go over to Chippendales for our usual look. I mean, this has just come along so quickly, this area back here. Am I right? There were no spires there when we first started looking here, and now there are those 3 plus those 2 new ones on the way right there in the middle of the frame that are in front of those 2 larger domes, and the 3rd dome that's still looking like a pyramid. And here's a closer look. By the way, you guys recognize that wall right there on the left? That wall? Man, that wall has been there for a long time. Just saying. And so is that shed that is occupying the bottom third of our frame. Remember when they built that? We're like, what the heck are they building there? Are they going to put a ride in there? Oh my God, the memories. But look at those. Look at those domes. Yeah, baby. A lot of overtime being done these days. I decided to take a stop at from Donald's boat to see how this is progressing. And those areas, what's most notable here, is the definition that we're seeing on the rockwork they've been working on here that we've been watching for a long time. But those forward areas are getting a lot of mesh work that before, that was nothing right there where we're focusing. That was nothing not long ago. And we saw them, when we saw them first putting up those metal frameworks. So that's coming along, and that's another one of those things that I'd like to try to see if I can spot either on the model or from the river, but I don't think we can. I don't think we can see those from the river. I just wonder what they're going to do. How are they going to hide that building, or that whatever that is? That's Battle Escape that we're looking at through there, right? I just wonder how they're going to obscure that. How are we not going to see that? Oh my God, is it time to go? Gosh. Well, a little drone-like footage tells the story that this update is done from Galaxy's Edge. I hope you guys enjoyed. Obviously, stay tuned for tomorrow. We got a lot of, the updates coming out of, around the parks are super fun right now. We got a really cool update again for you next week, for tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. Until next time, guys. First bite. We've got lots more videos for you to see, so grab a churro and check out some of our other videos and have your mind blown by how much fun we're having. We truly are the best of Disney Bake Fresh Daily. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you next time. Fresh Baked!